नमस्ते सर, मेरा नाम अभिषेक है और मैं आपका सर बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूँ। आपके जो यूट्यूब पे वीडियोस हैं उसके थ्रू मेरे को काफ़ी सपोर्ट मिला मेरे डिजिटल सिग्नल प्रोसेसिंग सब्जेक्ट में, और आपकी वीडियोस के थ्रू मेरे जो कंसेप्ट है वो क्लियर हो पाए और काफ़ी सपोर्ट मिला। तो सर उसके लिए धन्यवाद करता हूँ, क्योंकि अभी हाल ही में मेरा रिज़ल्ट आया और मैंने काफ़ी अच्छे मार्क्स के साथ जो है अपने सेमेस्टर को क्लियर किया। उसके लिए आपके सपोर्ट के लिए, आपकी वीडियोस के लिए सर बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूँ। और जो आप काम कर रहे हैं उसके लिए बेस्ट ऑफ लक। और जो है मैं रेकमेंड करता हूँ बाकी जो लोग हैं कि आप सर का वीडियो देखें और अपने जो डाउट्स हैं उनको क्लियर करें। थैंक यू।
Friend, welcome to Naresh channel. Please subscribe our channel Naresh Joshi. So if you like this video, so you can share it with your friends. So let's see, today we are going to discuss about the superposition theorem numerical. Okay, so what is the numerical? Let's see. Find the current through 6 ohm resistor. Okay, so I have taken one example. You can see the circuit diagram, you can see here, and it is the 15 volt, it is 10 volt, and it is 6 ohm, and it is 8 ohm. So what is the question? We have to find out the current through the 6 ohm. That means we have to find out the current through the 6 ohm. This is the work question. Clear? Using the superposition theorem. Clear? In the exam it will be clearly mentioned, find out the current through the 6 ohm resistor using the superposition theorem. So here let's see, we will solve this question in the step wise. So you have to, whenever you solve this question in your exam, so you have to follow these steps. Okay, and these steps is very important, you have to keep in your mind. Watch this video till end, so you will get all kind of the concept, or it will be clear with you. Okay, so let's see. If we consider first 15 volt is acting. Okay, so 15 volt is acting, that is the acting alone. Okay, it is the acting alone. That means what I want to say here this is on, when you will solve this question in your exam, so you only write this line, and for your understanding you can see this is the 15 volt, that is it is the on condition, and next it is the 10 volt, it is the off condition. Okay, and off condition means what? Here this 10 will be the 10 voltage will be the short circuit, because it is the voltage source. So in the, as I told you in the previous video, voltage source will be replaced by the short circuit. Okay, so now here you can see this 10 voltage source, it will be replaced by the short circuit. Okay, so again we have to redraw the circuit diagram. So let's see. So it's consume much time to draw this circuit diagram. So this is the 3i, this is 8 ohm, and here it is the short circuit, that means it is the short circuit. Okay, simple, I have drawn one line, it is a considered as a short circuit. Okay, and this is the 15 volt. Okay, after that what you do, you have to apply this mesh analysis. Okay, for that what you have to do, apply the mesh. So this is the, you can see this is the mesh 1, clearly you are looking, and the mesh 1, the current passing through the mesh 1 is, we have considered I1. Okay, so for the how can we solve the problem using the mesh analysis, you can watch my previous videos. Okay, I will provide the link to you in this in the video, so you can see. Second, this is the mesh 2, so current passing through, this is the I2. Okay, so and I consider the current passing through 6 ohm is, that is the I dash. Okay, clear? So because 15 volt is working at this time only, so we will consider I dash. Okay, so now first always remember, when we solve this question, so we have to note down from the circuit diagram. From the circuit diagram, which thing we can directly got from the circuit diagram. Here one more important thing you have to identify, this is the current source. Okay, so there is a two mesh 1 and mesh 2. So current source is present between the two meshes, so that means this circuit, complete circuit is the behave like a super mesh. Okay, so it is the super mesh circuit diagram, so we have to mark as it is the super mesh. So you can see this is the super mesh. It is the super mesh. Okay, it is the super mesh. Now from the circuit diagram, now we have to come on this point. So from the circuit diagram, so here you can see I dash and I1 both are the similar, because both you can see the direction of this I dash and I1, it is the same. So I will write here I dash equals to the I1. Okay, so this way. Then another point and in other things which is we can get directly from the circuit diagram, there is no. So the next point, apply the KVL to the super mesh. Now we no need to apply the KVL to mesh 1 and mesh 2 because it is the super mesh. So we have to directly apply the KVL to the super mesh. Clear? So apply KVL to super mesh. Okay. So we have to directly apply to super mesh. KVL to super mesh. So here what we have to do? We have to use our direct method. So what is this? How many meshes are there? Only 2 meshes. So we will write 2 currents, I1 and I2. Clear? And then we have to check which mesh we are applying to the KVL. So here you can see we are applying the KVL to the super mesh. So both I1 and I2 comes under the super mesh. So here I will write as a negative sign. Okay, this is the negative sign. Or clear? Remaining all will be the positive. If there is any another mesh, then it will be, I will consider as a current I3 or I4. If any I3 and I3 and I4 will be present, so we will mark as a if they are not in super mesh, then we will mark as a positive. Okay, so here because we are applying the KVL to the super mesh, so that's why I have considered here a minus both to the both current. Okay, so next, now we need to check through which resistance the current I1 is passing. Only it is passing through the 6 ohm. You can see the I1 is passing through the 6 ohm, so it is the 6. Now check I2 is passing through which resistance? Only it is passing through the 8 ohm. So I will write here. Then we can move follow this path. You can see super mesh path, and here you can see this is a 15 volt. So this is the what? This is the negative terminal and this is the positive terminal. So whatever terminal is present over here, so you will directly write down here it is the minus. So you will write here minus 15. Okay, and I will consider this is our equation number 1. Okay, so this is the, we can say it is the equation number 1. Next, whenever you apply the super mesh, okay, so I already told you many times when I will solve on the question on the super mesh. So after that you have to apply by KCL. After that you have to write always by KCL. Okay, so by KCL is for what? This is the current source. For that we have to apply the by KCL. Okay, so how you can directly write down the equation? So you have to check what is the direction of this arrow is given, in which direction this arrow is. So here you can see the direction of arrow is what? Upward, and if there is direction arrow is downward, then you have to follow that direction. So here you can see the direction of arrow is upward. So which current is matching with this direction? So I2 this direction is upward and I2 is also going up there. So first I will write the I2. Okay, you can see if I1 is the match with this direction, then I will write first I1. But here you can see the I2 is to match with this direction, so I have written here I2 first, and then in the opposite direction it is the I1, and then I will write what is the value of 3I1. Okay, so that I will write 3I. And what is this I is what? This is the I dash, so here it will also will be the I dash. Okay, so I will write here I dash. Clear? And what is the value of the I dash? So you can see I dash, the way what we have written, I dash equals to I1, so that value I will put here. So I2 minus I1, and this is the I dash, so I dash from this I1, so 3I1. Clear? Because I dash equals to I1. Clear? So this is the thing. Now what you have to do further? So we will shift this 3I1 on the left hand side, so it's become minus 3I1 plus I2 and minus 1I1, so equals to 0. So this is minus 4I1 plus I2 equals to 0, and we can consider this is as a equation number 2. Clear? So this will be our equation number 2. Equation number 2. So further we can solve it by solving equation 1 and 2. So let's see. By solving equation 1 and 2, so by solving equation 1 and 2, so here we get what we will get. So you can solve this in the using this value in the Kelsey directly. I will show you here. Go in the equation. So only there are two unknown. So first see, then go in 5, press 5 and equation first one I will select here. So here you can see what is the value of 6 I1. So first unknown is 6, so I will write 6. Then second unknown is -8, so I will write second unknown. Then -15, so I will enter -15. Then next, and I will enter -4 here. So then I will enter 1 here, and then I will enter 0 here. So then I will check your answer. So first answer will be the 0.394. okay, so this is the value of the I1. okay, so here we can directly write down this is the value of I1 is equals to 0.394 ampere. okay, so this is the first answer. And second answer, this is the I2. So that is, you can see 1.578 ampere. okay, so this is the value of I1 and I2. So when 15 volt is working. okay, so here what is the value of I dash? So I dash equals to I1 and I1 equals to 0.394 ampere. okay, so this is the value of, and you can see the direction because it is the positive, so direction will be the same as it is whatever we have assumed. okay, so this is the first step. Now next step, in step number 2, what we'll do, we will assume, so now 10 volt is acting alone. okay, now 10 volt is acting alone. That means what? Here 10 volt is on condition, in 10 volt is on condition and 15 volt is in off condition. Off means what? 15 volt can be replaced by the short circuit, so 15 volt will be replaced by the short circuit here. So now again we have to redraw the circuit diagram. So here you can see this is the our 6 ohm. So this is the dependent source. okay, then this is the 8 ohm and this is the 10 volt. So you can see this is a 10 volt, and here, so this is the 15 volt, so it is replaced by the short circuit. So I will directly draw single line here. Clear? Now after that what you have to do, we have to assume the mesh. okay, so here you can see that this is the first, here is the current going, that is the, we will consider I double dash, and here it is the value with the I double dash. okay, so this is mentioned in the diagram. You can see this is the I and this is the I, because this current source is depend on this current. okay, so whenever any value is changed here, so same value will be also changed here. So, okay, so you can see here this is the, we can consider mesh 1. Clear? So in the mesh 1 current flowing, that is the I1, and this is the mesh 2, so another current flowing, that is the I2. Again you can see the current source is present between two meshes, so it will be again super mesh conditions. okay, so I will draw this like this. So this is the super mesh. Clear? So further, first step from the circuit diagram. okay, so from the circuit diagram, so here this is the, you can see the I double dash and I both have the same direction, so I will write here I double dash equals to the I1. Clear? So this is the from the circuit diagram. Then we have to apply the KVL to the super mesh. okay, there is no another loop, only the super mesh is there. Clear? So we will write here apply KVL to super mesh. okay, so we will directly write down I1 and I2. So we are applying the KVL to the super mesh, so I will mark as a, this is negative and this is negative. Remaining under, if any current is present, so that will be the positive, except that super mesh. So because why super mesh? We are applying to the KVL. Those, if you are applying KVL to any mesh, so that mesh will be the negative, remaining all will be the positive. So here you can see what is the value of the I1 which is passing through the resistance, that is the 6 ohm. So I will write here 6. Another through which resistance I2 is passing, only it is passing through the 8 ohm, so I will write here 8 ohm. And what is the voltage source? So you can follow this direction, okay. And if you come here, so again you can see there is a negative and there is a positive. So negative, that means I will write here 10, okay. So this is the 10. So this is our equation number. Again here we can consider equation number 3, okay. So this is the equation number 3. Now next, whenever we apply the super mesh, immediately we have to apply, or we can write by KCL, okay. So this KCL for this current source. So as I told you, we have to check the direction of this dependent source. Here you can see the current source direction is upward direction, so this direction is matched with the I2. So first I will write the I2 here, and then opposite current is what? I1. So I will write here I1, and it's equals to value is what? 3I double S. So what is the value of I double S? I double S equals to I1. So I will put here 3I1, because here you can see I double S equals to 3I1. Clear? So I will simplify it. So then you can see I will shift this 3I on left hand side, so it's become minus 3I1 minus I1 plus I2 equals to 0. So this is minus 4I1 plus I2 equals to 0, and this is our equation number 4, okay. So this is the equation number 4. Now solving equation 3 and 4, okay. So we get, so when you solve this equation, I have already shown you one previous one in the calci, so you can solve it. I will already solve this this equation 3 and 4. So I will get the answer, that is the what? So what I1 equals to, this is the 0.263 ampere, and I2 equals to, I got the answer, that is the I1.053 ampere, okay. So this is the I1 and I2. So now what is the I double S? So I double S is equals to I1. So here what is the value we got? I1 equals to 0.263. So again you can see the direction will be the same, because the value of it is positive. So whatever direction I have assumed, that will be the same. So this is the direction as it is. So this is the value of the I double S. And the last step, that is the step number 3. So we have to apply step number 3. So step 3 is by superposition theorem. By superposition theorem, okay. So by superposition theorem, what we have? I equals to I1 dash plus I double S, and we got the I1 equals to, what is the value we have got? I1. So here you can see the value of the I1, that is the, so okay, this, here you can see the I1 equals to this value we have obtained. So here you can, I will write here 0.394. also I will write direction, okay, here, then plus, this is ampere, and then I2 I double dash. So I double dash is 0.263 ampere. So 0.263 ampere, and direction same. So you can see the both have the same direction, so we can add it. So what will be the, so here first 0.394 plus 0.263. So this is what? 0.657, okay. So here you can see this is the answer is 0.567 ampere, and direction is this one. So this is the value of the I, okay, and this is the same value which is current passing through the 6 ohm, and it is 0.657 ampere, okay. So this is our final answer. Clear? So I will write this like this. So I hope you understand this problem, or I think your concept will be clear. So if you like this video, please subscribe our channel and share it with your friends also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Naresh Joshi. थैंक यू नरेश जोशी
जगीधर भी
थैंक यू नरेश जोशी
जगीधर भी